Welcome everybody. It's Mike Klingler. I'm just going to give you a quick review of some of the key areas of the DavorCoin back office. Right now we're looking at the dashboard. So of course, if you log in, this is what you're going to see when you first land. We've got our name and your email up in the upper right-hand corner. Up here in the upper left-hand corner, if you follow my cursor, and by the way, you can expand the size of this video for those of you who aren't real tech savvy with the internet and with the computer. Put your cursor in the video and look it's usually somewhere in the lower right hand corner. You can click on a little icon somewhere and it will expand the size of the video. Up here in the upper left, you see it's just kind of showing you what the price of Bitcoin is right now. At this time it's 14,338, and what the price of DAV is. That's DavorCoin, $119.71 at this time. And then it shows you what that converts into. So one DAV right now equals 0.00834879 Bitcoin. It's just kind of a reference point that you can kind of look at when you're figuring stuff out that they put up there. So no matter what page, like if I click around, it's always there. I do want to mention that it seems to be, it lags, this one up here in the corner. There's other places you can find this information in your dashboard. I'll talk about those in a minute, but here it lags. If you go to the exchange, you're going to see more current information. Like for example, if you go to the exchange, if you look at my cursor, I just clicked an exchange, you see here it says last. And this might be really small for you to see, but you can open up a window and kind of follow me around. And I would suggest you do that, by the way. If you can, open up another window, go to your site, and kind of pause my video and go check this stuff out, and then you're going to remember and it's going to sink in faster. Here it says last, and that means when I'm in the exchange, it says the last price that somebody paid for DAV, which is 120.87, so a little bit more than the 119.71 up here. So the more, when you go to the exchange, you're going to get a little bit more current information. They just don't want to bog the site down by updating this too often. But you see, as I move around, it's giving you that reference point. So it's pretty cool that that's there to give you kind of a reference point. But if you want a more current, like the accurate right now cost in this exchange for DAV, then you would go to exchange and see the last price that was paid was 120.87. You can also look down here for more information. I'm still in exchange. For the price of DAV, you can kind of get a sense for what's going on. You can see buying orders, and that's orders that are in to buy, and it's telling you the price that they're bidding. And you can look down and you can actually look up, if you click this arrow, you can look up to 50 different ones. And as you see the price that they're bidding for gets cheaper and cheaper as you go further, that's because it's going to put the lowest bid later and the highest bid closer. And then over here you have selling orders. Those are people trying to sell, and then, here's their ask price. Of course, when the ask price meets the bid price, that's when the seller buys what the buyer buys what the seller is selling. So anyway, you can kind of, look at this. You can replay what I just said if all this is new to you. For those of you that are used to trading on the stock market and so forth, pretty familiar with this stuff. Or if you use GDAX, which is a Coinbase sister site, pretty familiar with this stuff. But anyway, so you can get really deep into what's the price of DAV and what's going on and what's the size of the buy orders, and you don't really need to know all of this to take advantage of this platform, but this is here for those that want to dig really deep. You can also view all these other details of the exchange. Like here's the 6-hour view of the price, and here in the graph it's giving you the price of DAV in Bitcoin, and then you can click here for 12-hour view. You can kind of see that sometimes it dips down. Just kind of gives you an idea of what's going on. Here's one day. You can see that it didn't really do much, and then it started to rise, and then it got a little more volatile, but on the way up. Play around with it. You don't necessarily need to know all of this information to take advantage of it, but it's little nuances and details that some people love to be able to dig into when they're making decisions. Over here is where you can sell or buy DAV, and I have other videos on how to do that. Be sure to ask a question in our group if you want to find those videos on how to sell or buy DAV. And then looking over here, you can actually see like 24-hour market history, and you can scroll down. You can actually look through 12,172 different records of what's happened over the last 24 hours. Pretty cool. So this is the exchange. Lots of information. Up here it shows you the 24-hour high, the 24-hour low. Helps you get an idea of what's going on. And this is both giving you in dollar amount, but also BTC amount. and then last bid, last ask. So if you were going to come over here and you were this over here in the right section, you were going to buy DAV, you might be looking at, what are other people ordering it for? What are people offering to sell it for, to kind of decide what you want to buy or sell it for. If you click this little arrow over here on the right, you can do a bid. That means, you're bidding to buy. What are you willing to pay to buy it? Same thing over here. Here's what other people are bidding that are waiting to buy right now. Or if you're selling it, you do ask. You can see what other people are asking to sell it for and kind of figure out what you're willing to sell it for. Or you could just hit last price, and it's gonna, basically sell at market, basically, where you just don't want to deal with it, don't want to think about it. And often that's what I do. I don't want to think about it. I just want to do it now as fast as I can. I'll just hit last. I enter the amount of DAV I want to buy or sell, and then I buy or sell it, and I don't think about the bid or the ask. But I might dig into playing around with that more in the future. I've just wanted to move quickly lately, so that's how I've done it. Anyway, so this is the exchange. Let's go back to the dashboard. And by the way, up here, this is always here, regardless of what page you're on. If you look at my cursor, I'm in the upper left. Just welcome my Klingler. It tells me how many DAV I have right now in my wallet and how much Bitcoin I have in my wallet, which is almost nothing because I just did another lend. I just took my earnings and did another lend just a moment ago, which I'll talk about in a minute. We'll go in the lending section in a second. But let's look at the dashboard a little bit more. So Bitcoin wallet, again, is just showing you like a bigger view of what you have in your Bitcoin wallet. It's showing you what you have in your DAB wallet, bigger here than right there, because this is here always as you move around, right? So it's kind of giving you that reference, which is nice. But this is a bigger, easier view to see what you have in your wallets and what's in your lending wallet. And what's in your lending wallet over here on the right, it says $988. This is what you have right now that's accumulated from either commissions from the affiliate referrals or from the return on capital you're getting from any lends that you've done. So if you've lended DAV and you're getting daily returns, it'll show up here as well, in addition to the commissions that you get from referrals. And then here it's showing you the total interest that you've gotten, from the beginning of time. And then here's active investments. This is how much you have that's lent and you've lended and is working for you right now. 188,551 that I've lended in total. So several different lends that I did is showing you the total. And it's showing you what the daily interest is they're going to pay today. So just kind of a snapshot of really key things. Over here, important updates you can click on over in the lower right-hand corner. Something else I want to show you that's pretty cool that they added recently. You can click on this and it will blur this out. So if you didn't want to show that and you were taking a snapshot, or there's only one thing you wanted to show on your dashboard, you could blur that out. And for some people, the concern of being in compliance with FTC regulation and so forth, that's becoming more and more of a concern. I'm less concerned with it right now than a lot of people are, because I understand what really creates a problem and what doesn't, and what language is used that creates an issue with SEC and FTC and what doesn't. Now that I'm thinking about it, I should mention, when you see my earnings and you see what I've earned, it's no guarantee or promise of what you're going to earn. Your earnings are always dependent on what you do. La-di-da-di-da. It's so obvious. It's ridiculous. And I think the way that we frame things, the language that we use, it's important. And some people know how to do that in a way where it's going to trigger regulators, and some people don't. I've been around the industry a long time, so I don't need to do canned disclaimers to know that I'm not projecting this message that I'm promising that you're going to make certain earnings and so forth. But some people, they want to follow kind of the canned disclaimer approach to feel safe. Nothing wrong with doing that. But anyway, so some people want to blur that out to not show those earnings and so forth. I'm certainly, like in the context of this video, it's obvious. I'm not telling people that these are guaranteed earnings, so I'm not worried about it. But anyway, so you got this cool dashboard. Oh, down here, if you put your cursor over this, it's just showing you, this is one of the lends that I did, and over here's another lend that I did. It shows you the amount. As you do more lends, you'd see more bars show up here. And then the little green thing here is the earnings that I made. So I just started the other day, so it's a small bar, just because the 161,000 is such a large bar. Anyway, down here's the pie chart. Oh, by the way, here's your referral link. You can just copy it by clicking there, and that's what you want to send out. And if somebody registers with that and ends up, lending DAV, getting DAV and lending it, then you get commissions, affiliate commissions over here. We'll check that out in a minute over here on the left, affiliate. Let's look at this real quick. Down here, it shows the total number of affiliates you have. I have 2,071 at this point. I expect that to grow a lot because, for those that don't know, we have an incredible marketing system that we employ to build this up. And that's how I built the team in the first place. And now, of course, I just joined DavorCoin the other day, but it grew so fast because I used a previous marketing system and a marketing funnel to promote something else. And, as the industry shifts and as new opportunities arise, I introduce those. You can plug into that by using our system and be able to attract a team, and not just attract them into DavorCoin, but build relationships and provide value to them, and through my system. I mean, just through kind of saying, hey, you can use this system, you can learn about this, watch this video from Mike. But through that, you're developing relationships because you're answering questions too, and you can build a team. And as the market and industry changes, that team will follow you if you're helping them, and you can be helping them through our system, not having to create all the videos yourself, or even any of them for that matter. So talk to the person who referred you here, by the way, and ask them about our VIP group and how you can have a funnel, a marketing funnel built for you if you're interested in building affiliate commissions and building a team using our tools and our system. Again, that's called the VIP group, and we build a marketing funnel for you and show you how to do it and how to build a team and earn a lot of commissions. Anyway, here's a pie chart showing, kind of a representation of the people that have registered. In level 1, you see total affiliates, 330 people. Level 1's the people that I directly referred. Total lend amount, 98,472 as of this moment. The second level, if I put my cursor here, it says 547 affiliates. Total lend amount, 182,500. And it shows the commissions as well that you made from that level, 7,300 on that level. The first level was 78, 77. If you put your cursor over the third section of the pie, 568 people. It just shows is each level up to 5 levels, how many people on your team are in that level, and the lend amount that they've done in terms of volume, and the total commissions you get. So that's kind of cool. I kind of watch that and track that. Let's go ahead and go to affiliates over here on the left side. Click on affiliate. And if you don't have a team yet, it won't show much here. But if you do have a team, it's just another way of looking at that information. It shows how many affiliates that you've referred or that your team's referred on the different levels. And it shows the lend amount that they've done in total. And then it shows the total commissions that you receive for that level. And then up here, it's showing you the total amount for your whole organization that has been lended. And I just got started 4 days ago, so this is going to grow significantly. But again, it kind of it's a testament to the power of good marketing and simple marketing, and also when you're providing value, that your network is going to take you up on suggestions and recommendations you make when you help them, when you provide value to them. And using our system, you can provide a lot of value to people and do something similar. Again, my results won't be your results. Everyone's will depend on their efforts and what they do. But obviously, using the same exact system I'm using is going to have huge advantages. And you don't have to make all the videos and provide all that value. Obviously, a huge advantage there. And then it shows the total commissions that have been earned so far. And this has been 4 or 5 days. So I expect that to grow a lot, continually using our system that you can use. Account, if I click over here in the far left on account, here's the user profile. Again, it's showing my referral link, and yours, it will show yours. Just your basic information, your sponsors, where you find your sponsor, by the way, under account. Let's say your sponsor. And then change password. Over here, you could change your password. Security, enable 2-factor authentication. You definitely want to do that. It gives you more security so someone can't hack into your site. If you haven't set that up yet, you want to find a video if you need help on how to do that. Support, they got a really good support team here at DavorCoin. You can send a message off to them. They've always responded to me within 24 hours. Staking, I'm not going to go into how to do staking, but this is basically the area where you can take, if you have DAV, like let's say you have 10 DAV coins, you can stake them in this section, meaning you basically give them the DAV coins. You're kind of lending them the DAV coins in a different way than lending. And they'll give you 10% growth on those DAV coins that you've given them per month. So if you've given them 100, after a month you'd have 110. So if you think that if a DaVCoin is going to go way up, it might be a good thing to do instead of just leaving your DaVCoin in your wallet. I'm not doing staking. I'm big on lending. It just seems like much higher returns. That's just me, though. You can learn about staking from future videos that I do or from others and decide if you want to do that. I'm a lot bigger on lending. Okay, so wallet. Let's go to wallet real quick. So wallet's just going to kind of show you all the activity that's taken place with your wallet. Like you see, buy DAV. It's showing me the dates and how much DAV I bought and what I did, and all the little steps that I've taken. It's also from your wallet that you can do withdraw. If you want to withdraw from DavorCoin, I have a video on that, and this is where you would go to do that. Notice this up here, though. You know, this is showing my wallet for DavorCoin. If I click on Bitcoin, it's going to show my activity with my Bitcoin wallet here. And then there's also the lending activity. So it's just showing you the activity log of what's going on for all these different things. So check that out as well. Then I talked about the exchange. You know, this is where you're going to either buy DAV for the first time or you know, initially, and also you can exchange DAV for Bitcoin here. And we have videos on how to do that. And then of course the lending. Up here is where it's showing you the cumulative amount that you've got in your lending wallet from either commissions you've earned or return on capital. And then if you click this little arrow, you're moving it over to your DAV wallet, where you can then exchange it for Bitcoin in the exchange and withdraw it, or do another lend. You know, then if I move this over here, if I click this and move this over here, I could then hit start lending, and I could lend it and do another lend and get more returns. In fact, I just did that earlier today, where I had accumulated in my lending wallet 27,451. And so I clicked this button. I got a video on that on how to do, you know, a relend or a reinvest through this lending. And I clicked that, it moved over to my DAV wallet, and then I went to start lending and I lended that 27,000 again. And that's why it showed up here, where I've got another one. And so tomorrow, this is going to be about $400 that I get each day, you know, for 89 days. And then at the end of those 89 days, I'll get my initial $27,000 back on top of all of that. So pretty awesome, and it shows the itemization of all the lends that you've done here in the lending section. It also shows your total investment that, you know, cumulatively that you have, and, you know, when my contracts expire, and it gives me the capital back that I put in, then this number will change. And it shows the total that I've earned from these transactions, so 8,360 just since January 8th when I did a $100 lend, and then January 9th is when I did the one I really was focused on, the $161,000 lend. So pretty awesome. Then up here, it shows what the daily return has been. January 9th, 1.74%, January 10th, 1.08%, you know, and this is going to change all the time. This is the variable rate. Depending on how well they do in the marketplace, this goes up and down. And this is what they're paying you each day when you do these lends. So go to lending to kind of see what those are. Profit calculator, this is a big one. Just again, right, it's right here, kind of in the middle of the screen. And of course, this is where you can enter in, you know, whatever you plan on, you know, lending, like $5,001 of DAV, which is 41 DAV, puts you in this variable rate bracket, you know, where you got the variable rate that they have anyway, plus 0.2%. So again, you know, if it was January 9th, that would be 1.74% plus 0.2%. And it also, let me put that back so you can see the example. So it highlights this. So plus the 2% on top of whatever the variable rate is, and then that runs for 179 days, and you get it every day, that percentage, and again, it would show up down here and show you how much you're getting for that lend. But the profit calculator is really fun to play with, and I really encourage you to. We got lots of videos on strategies and different things, but don't overthink it. Like, get some lends going and, you know, get it working, and you start to see the returns coming back, and then you really kind of figure out how it all works. We have lots of strategy and what's going on in there. I don't suggest reinvest. I have heard that it's not as good as actually lending to your DAV wallet. I don't quite understand why yet. I'll clarify that later, but I just take my lending wallet, move it to DAV, and then do, you know, a lending. I'm not sure why it's different than if you do a reinvest, but I'll figure out that over time. Maybe it's not, but that's what I was told. And then start lending. Obviously, just ran through that. That's where you actually, do one. So just a while ago, I did one for around $27,000, and I did a video on it. I can't do it now because I don't have it in there, but I did a video on it. If you need to know how, to take what you have in your lending wallet and then do another lend with it, look for a video or ask the person who referred you to all this, where's the video that shows you how to do a manual reinvest or a manual relend, to take your lending wallet total, turn it into DAV, and then lend again. If you want me to walk you through that, I've got a video on that. But that's basically it. I just wanted to walk you through all that. You could watch that over and over again if you wanted to. And again, if you want to learn how to get affiliate commissions and use the same system that my team uses and that I use, and not have to make the videos and everything and do all that work, but be able to provide a lot of value through our system and build affiliate commissions, which can turn out to be a lot of returns, get in touch with the person who referred you and ask them about our VIP group and how we can build them a marketing funnel. All right, it's been Mike Klingler. I look forward to talking to you in a future video.